Alright, so imagine this. You wake up, grab your phone, scroll a little, and suddenly you see a brand new device pop up that wasn't even on your radar yesterday. And it's doing things that honestly feel a bit overkill in the best possible way. This is the Oppo K15 Pro, and on paper, it looks like one of those phones that quietly tries to dominate everything without making too much noise. And trust me, there's a lot going on here that you probably didn't expect at this price point. So if you're into powerful phones with crazy battery life and some gaming-focused surprises, you're going to want to stick around for this one. And hey, before we go deeper, make sure you hit that subscribe button and drop a like because it genuinely helps the channel grow, and I've got more videos like this coming your way. Now, starting with the design, this thing looks pretty clean but also slightly aggressive in a subtle way. You've got a glass front with what Oppo is calling crystal shield glass, an aluminum frame, and the overall thickness is just 8.3 millimeters, which is kind of insane when you consider what's inside. It weighs around 200 grams, so it's not exactly light, but that weight actually gives it a solid premium feel in the hand. And then there's something you almost never see in this segment, a built-in cooling fan. Yeah, an actual fan inside the phone. This instantly tells you Oppo is targeting gamers, or at least heavy users who push their phones hard. And it doesn't stop there. You also get IP68 and IP69 ratings, meaning this thing can handle dust, water, and even high-pressure water jets, which is just wild for a mid-range kind of device. On the back, there are RGB LED lights, which again screams gaming phone energy, but it's done in a way that still looks usable for everyday people. Moving to the front, the display is a 6.59-inch AMOLED panel with a 144 Hz refresh rate. That alone already puts it ahead of a lot of competitors. It supports 1 billion colors, and the resolution sits at 1256 by 2760, which makes everything look super sharp. Brightness goes up to 1200 nits peak, so outdoor visibility should be solid. And in real usage, this kind of display just feels smooth, whether you're scrolling, gaming, or watching videos. It's one of those panels that makes you not want to go back to 60 Hz ever again. Now, performance is where things get really interesting. This phone is powered by the Dimensity 8500 Super chipset, built on a 4nm process. That's paired with 12 GB of RAM, which is great. But what's more impressive is how this chip is configured. You've got high-performance Cortex cores pushing up to 3.4 GHz, which basically means this thing is built for speed. Apps open fast, multitasking feels effortless, and gaming should be very smooth, especially combined with that cooling fan we talked about earlier. Storage options go up to 512 GB, but yeah, there's no microSD card slot, which might annoy some people. Still, for most users, 256 or 512 is more than enough. Let's talk cameras, and this is where things are more balanced rather than groundbreaking. The main sensor is a 50-megapixel shooter with OIS, which should give you stable shots and decent low-light performance. There's also an 8-megapixel ultra-wide, which is fine, but nothing crazy. Video recording goes up to 4K at 60 frames per second, which is good, and you also get high frame rate options for slow motion. The front camera is 16 megapixels, perfectly fine for selfies and video calls. So overall, cameras are solid but not the main highlight of this phone. But then we get to the real star of the show, the battery. A massive 7,500 mAh battery. That is huge. Like genuinely huge. This is the kind of battery that can easily last 2 days for most people, maybe even more if you're a light user. And even if you somehow manage to drain it, you've got 80W fast charging to get you back up quickly. It also supports multiple charging standards, plus reverse wired charging and bypass charging, which is great for gaming because it reduces heat while plugged in. And honestly, this combination of a massive battery plus fast charging plus a cooling system makes this phone feel like it's built for endurance. Whether you're gaming for hours, watching content, or just using it all day without worrying about charging, this thing has you covered. Connectivity is also fully loaded. You've got Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.4, NFC, and even an infrared port, which is something a lot of phones have dropped. GPS support is extremely comprehensive, covering basically every major system out there. So no complaints here. Now software-wise, it runs Android 16 with ColorOS 16 on top. Oppo has been improving their software a lot over the years, making it smoother and cleaner, And combined with this hardware, the experience should feel very polished. But here's the thing, the price. It's expected to be around €400, and if that actually holds true globally, this phone is going to be extremely competitive. You're getting flagship-level features like a 144Hz display, huge battery, strong performance, and even extras like a cooling fan and RGB lights, all at a price that undercuts a lot of premium devices. Quick pause here. If you're still watching, drop a like and let me know in the comments. Would you pick this over something like a Poco or a typical flagship killer? I'm really curious what you guys think because this one is kind of different. So overall, the Oppo K15 Pro feels like one of those phones that doesn't try to be flashy in marketing, but ends up being insanely practical and powerful in real life. It's not perfect, the cameras are just okay, and there's no expandable storage, but everything else feels like Oppo focused on giving users what actually matters: performance, battery life, and durability. And honestly, if you're someone who wants a phone that just keeps going without worrying about battery or overheating, this might be one of the best options in its category. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and want more content like this, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button, and I'll catch you in the next one.